Welcome back to Northside Square. My name is Quincy Jones. I'm the project manager with The Works Inc. We're talking about our core and shell mechanical, electrical, and plumbing that's taking place in the building today. And I am joined by my good friend, Mr. Jason Irby, who is our site supervisor with Grinder. And so, Jason, we were just talking offline. A lot of the core work, a lot of the systems, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, all of the guts here, so to speak, of the building. A lot's happening in terms of what's going to support all of our various tenants, all of our users. Talk to us a little bit about what that is, what that means, and essentially how long it will take.
So this is essentially the central plant system to control the building. All your HVAC, plumbing, and electrical all feed from these underground vaults through our basement area up to the floors to catch core and shell and tenant. And all of this has been designed to catch the future tenants based off the drawings and the potential layouts, and we're looking at probably 6 to 7 months to complete all of the core, shell, and P&E.
So this is kind of like the feeder system. So all of the tenants, all of the users, whatever they're tapped into for their water systems, their plumbing, their sewer, electrical, it all ties back.
It all ties back to this spot here that goes down underneath here to these vaults where all the MLG and W connections are made.
Right, this is like gas and water. Wonderful. So we're also going to go up on the rooftop. We're going to see some things that are happening up there. You got some surprises up there for us?
Got a big surprise.
Wonderful. Join us on the rooftop in just a second. Welcome back to the top of Northside Square. It's still January 10th. Quincy Jones. I'm here joined again by Jason Irby, who is the site supervisor with Grinder, our general contractor in charge of all of the construction of the site. And so, we mentioned earlier in the earlier video, you saw us in the bottom of the school or in the basement. We're talking about the mechanical, electrical, plumbing systems, and now we're on the rooftop where a lot of interesting and fun things are happening. So Jason, tell us about these big gaping holes, these big cuts we've got in the rooftop here.
So these are the saw cut concrete removed for a new state-of-the-art skylight system that will put natural light from the roof all the way to the first floor. This will also have the entry stairwell and the new elevator system in this part. On the north end, we have 3 individual skylights that'll do the same thing. Will share natural light from here at the roof all the way through to the first floor, which will come in great, especially on the 3rd floor residential unit, which will allow several of the apartments to have skylights in the units themselves.
Right. And so for those of you who have heard us talk about Northside Square over the past few months, you'll notice that we've always talked about the residential component. And so this top floor, this 3rd level of Northside High School, will have 42 residential housing units. And so all of those units are being transfigured into the redevelopment of this building. And one of the challenges we've had is how do we bring natural light, or how will we bring natural light into residential apartments in a building that was built as a school? And so some of these cutouts are going to provide some of that natural light, borrowed light, so on and so forth, that the residents will be able to access. And how long is this going to take to kind of get this thing mobilized and get everything going and up and ready for the remainder of the construction?
So this has a lot of steel components and glass involved, and some of them have a lot of lead time items. That's why we have the temporary safety rails around. So we're probably a good 6 weeks out before we receive the steel, and once we receive the steel, they'll have to come in and field measure and order the glass. So overall, you're looking at about 3.5 months before we have the rooftop skylight section done. As you go down through the other floors, there'll be what's called a glass curtain wall system to protect any of the pedestrians, but still allow the natural light to shed from the roof all the way down.
Wow. So natural light, natural things happening as we redevelop this entire magnificent facility for the Klondike community, for the North Memphis community. I want to ask you to keep tuning in to our channel here on Northside Square. Please continue to send your questions in. We'll be talking more and more about the additional features, the additional changes that are happening here at Northside Square. Thank you.